Hey, it's Ike. Here's Final Cut Pro 10, version 10.4.5, with a 4K video clip I took with my new Fujifilm X-T3 at 3200 ISO. I completely defocused the shot so I could concentrate on the video noise. I actually happen to like the video noise pattern on the X-T3. It's mostly monochromatic with very low chroma artifacts, more similar to film grain really than typical video sensor noise, in my opinion. Quite cinematic. But I like to be in full control of my image, and I've tested a few noise reduction tools over the years, including Neat Video and DaVinci Resolve's built-in tools. So I was very excited to see that Apple released a new video noise reduction filter a couple of months ago. Unfortunately, I've been very disappointed with the quality of the results, so let me show you why. Let me punch in to 200% here so we can see the noise better. Hopefully YouTube's compression won't completely destroy this. I'll start by turning on the noise reduction filter at its lowest level. If I turn it on, I don't see a difference. And I won't even use the sharpening option because it always makes the image look worse for me. Always. No matter what setting it's on. I don't know what you guys think, but I can't see any difference. Let's try medium now. Here's without, and here's with. There's a little bit of clumping now. Not really less noise per se, just less pleasing, in my opinion. Not quite like film grain anymore. Again, with, without. You may be able to see the clumping. If I turn it off, it's much more uniform. Let's try high. This is with. And without. Now let's try maximum. It seems to be trying to do something, but it just looks blotchy to me. Here's without. And with. I don't find any of these results pleasing or better in any way than the original. Now here's the same clip on DaVinci Resolve. Let's punch into 200% again to see the noise better. Now I'm going to turn on Resolve's temporal and spatial noise reduction tools from the color page by enabling this node. It does take some time to process with these parameter values. Seems like maybe longer than what it takes on Final Cut anyway, but I think it's totally worth it. Also, by the way, these features require the studio version of Resolve, which I don't have on this laptop. It will still show you the results only with a watermark image layered on top. So if you can ignore these white dots, I think you can appreciate the quality of the noise reduction here. It looks smooth and creamy. I can barely detect the presence of noise. No clumping, no blotchiness, no blocking, just smooth tonal changes. Here's another part of the image. Again, here's the original noise. And here's with noise reduction. So clean. It turns out that Final Cut Pro's noise reduction filter works better if there's more contrast in the scene. So let's take a look at a very different clip. Here's a shot with sharp lines and more tonal variations. At this size, you probably can't really see the noise, but if we punch in at 200% again, there it is. Again, it looks more like film grain to me. Now, Let's turn on the NR filter at max. It does make a big difference here. Now everything is looking smooth, or at least it appears smooth. Let's go back to the low setting. Here's with and without. Again, negligible difference. If anything, it looks worse to me. With medium, you can start to see some artifacting. With high, with, without, with. You can see the clumping here. With maximum, it does appear smooth, like at the beginning. Here's without, with. But look at the banding here. I'm not sure if you can see the bands with the YouTube compression, but there's almost like a solarized effect on the gradients. You can see it in the green too. Now, this is how the artifacts look in motion. I'm going to play a few seconds of the effect rendered at max. I hope you can see the bands dancing here. It's not pretty at all. I personally prefer the original noise. I mean, here it's quite obvious. But if we scale back to 100%, it actually looks quite nice and cinematic, as opposed to this blotchiness here. So here we are in DaVinci Resolve again, with the same shot, punched in at 200% so you can see the noise. So I'll activate the node with the noise reduction on this one. Now look at how smooth that is, without losing any detail or sharpness. Again, please ignore the white dots of the watermark, but if you look at those gradients, and that was only using the temporal noise reduction. We can add a bit of spatial noise reduction as well. It's even smoother now. You probably can't tell with the YouTube compression, but it looks smoother still. Here's without. And here's with. There's just no comparison in my opinion. I mean, this looks super smooth. Very, very clean. So, in conclusion, I don't think Final Cut Pro's video noise reduction filter is usable for my footage. Please remember that I'm using it on 4K video with very uniform monochromatic noise. I've seen other YouTube videos where it does seem to work better on more typical video noise at HD resolutions, so your mileage may vary. And my classic reminder, I'm not a post-production professional, so take all of this with a grain of salt. Also, if you think I'm doing something wrong or have any suggestions on how to improve the performance of Final Cut Pro's noise reduction filter, please add a comment below. I make these kinds of videos every once in a while. If you enjoy them, feel free to subscribe to be notified about future ones. Thanks for watching.